Welcome to the Solemn Vanguard channel. Today we are going over what I use to create my videos. So first off, generally, for any video that is real life, so a deck profile, a match, you need a camera. For that I use a Canon 5D Mark II, which is a pretty old camera. I would argue my iPhone 7 camera is almost as good as that. So I wouldn't buy that right now. Right now I would maybe go for something like a Panasonic GH4 or a Sony a7S II. And then on top of that I have a few lenses. If I don't really care, I will use my Canon 24mm F2.8 IS, because that one is really easy to set up. I can't zoom, I can only focus, and so I don't have to worry about framing everything right, because everything will be in the set frame where I put the camera. Apart from that, in order to get very solid sound, I use a Rode Videomic Pro that's mounted on top of the camera. I have a really cheap Amazon tripod, because I'm still a penny pincher. Whatever that films and records goes onto a CF card, which then goes into that computer. And on there, I edit my videos with Final Cut Pro X. Now, I also have a light setup. For this video, I only have one light, but it's actually best to have three. However, that's way too much work for a simple, quick YouTube video. I will quickly show you what that looks like with a photo from this angle. Got it. Okay. I'll put that in the video right now. Now, for the actual talk videos where you have me talking about how to beat something or the meta in general, competitive Vanguard, anything like that, I actually have a Rode NT2A, which is a relatively cheap condenser microphone. Relatively cheap as in, when you have microphones for actual studios, they can easily go to thousands, whereas the NT2A is only $200. However, you could easily get something like a Shure SM58, which is only 100, maybe 40 when you buy used. So that's pretty solid. So that goes straight into Logic Pro X, which is a music program. And in there I have my own chain, which enhances the sound, cuts away some background noise, makes all the volume equal and so forth. More technical stuff that's probably not very interesting, but important to me. And then when I have that piece of sound, I will import that into Final Cut Pro X again, and there I add all my moving elements, all the photos and so forth. Finally, Photoshop is also very important for my channel because I will often do stupid shit like putting big muscles on a certain unit to just make it funny. Also, obviously the banner, the profile photos, all very important stuff. If you start doing that in Paint, you will generally get a very newbie looking brand and people notice that. And so it's best to just look professional all around. Finally, I will soon actually upgrade the camera I use for these kinds of videos. I actually own a cinema camera. It's actually called a Blackmagic Production Camera 4K and a luxury lens from Canon. I already use that for my actual company work. The problem is editing with that takes longer. They're very big files with way more quality. And so if I actually want to take this whole thing to a next level, I will start using that, but the extra work has to be worth it. Now, for those bigger match videos like you saw me and Jay play, Blaster versus CTB, I actually had a 4-camera setup. So on one hand, I actually did have the Blackmagic, but not with the proper lighting, so it didn't look great. I had this Canon 5D, I had a Sony vlog camera, then I also had a phone for placing the cards. I might not do those placement things again because it just took time out of the production. Finally, for the moving backgrounds, that's actually something you need to do with keyframes. In order to do that decently, you actually need After Effects, which is on this big beast, which is used for all the big advertising, music video kind of special effects stuff. Like when you compare the production level between music videos and Vanguard videos, it's obviously a big difference, so I never use that one for Vanguard videos. So that's that. That's everything I use to make a Vanguard video. Now, if I were starting out with zero budget right now and I didn't have all the equipment I needed for my company, I would start off with my phone. I'm sorry Samsung lovers and iPhone haters, but camera quality from iPhones has historically been better than Samsung unless you go for the very top of the range. So if you have something like a Samsung S8 Note or Star Galaxy, whatever the hell, if you have those higher ends, definitely use that. But if you have an iPhone, anywhere from iPhone 5 up till now, they have great cameras. All you have to do is light well. I see a lot of people on YouTube film their videos with lighting from like their rooms, the most basic yellowy bulbs, and it just doesn't look good because it's not a strong light. It's not made for video. I would argue that you're better off using something like an iPhone camera or a high-end Samsung camera, and then something to have good audio, because good audio is the most important thing. So an outside microphone, something like the one Different Fight uses. and edit that together, but light your scenes well. It's better to go to Home Depot and spend like $40 on solid hard lights, the ones they actually use in industrial work or in the garden. You probably know what I'm talking about. I actually use those for legit music videos so many times, works great. And then using a cheaper camera, because lighting is everything. Don't use the yellow shit you have in your bedroom. Use a legit strong light, because what that will do is it will allow your camera to use a low ISO value. If you don't know what that is, doesn't matter. Low ISO value means less noise and grain on your footage, and it will be way better. Finally, for editing, I wouldn't pick up Final Cut Pro X if you're on a low budget, because it costs like 200 or 300. MacBooks come with iMovie, which is actually really fucking solid. It has everything you need. Finally, if you're looking to upgrade to a more high-end program, try picking up Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro is like the industry standard for anyone who's not a massive company, and even massive companies go to Premiere Pro from time to time. It's probably the best thing to pick up if you're looking to up that video game even more. So quick recap, the most important things are great lighting, great audio, and then your camera. Make sure your lighting and your audio are great, and only then look to bigger, better cameras. I hope this was interesting to you. Rest assured, I will not turn this Vanguard channel into a how to create Vanguard videos channel. That makes no fucking sense, but it was maybe interesting for some of you, so I made it anyway. Subscribe to the Solemn Vanguard channel for more. Click the bell button, the bell button, the bell button. It's important, and I will see you soon. Ciao.